name's Diane. You're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. Each week we introduce our audience to different crafts and hobbies, and we bring in talented people from the community to demonstrate. This week we have somebody from the YMCA. This is the first time somebody's been here. You're actually from Y Care, is that right?
Yes, I do before and after school child care.
Okay.
At South Bay Elementary.
All right, and that's how we met, at South Bay. And this is Ben.
Yep.
And your last name, Ben?
Lindsey.
Ben Lindsey. So thank you so much for joining us. And Ben, when we start our shows, we usually like to say hello to people out there. So I have to say hi, Mr. Feeney.
Hello, everyone.
At South Bay.
South Bay.
So, and I always say hi to Mr. Feeney. We've had this show for many, many years, and he's a very special friend who's also a very talented artist. So, Ben,
Yep.
What are we doing today?
Today we're working on some origami.
Origami.
Which is the Japanese art of paper folding.
Okay, and I hear that, what does gami mean?
I believe it's paper.
Paper. That's the Japanese word for paper. I just learned that today, gami.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I can say I speak Japanese. And on the table you have a bird. How long did it take you to fold that bird?
It probably took me maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
2 minutes, so you're pretty fast. And actually that was done with construction paper.
Yeah, it was dollar store construction paper.
Yes, yes.
Regular construction paper is usually a little bit thick for paper folding. But
Okay. But I hear that people do fold other things besides just paper. What are some of the things people fold for origami?
Well, if you've seen some of those napkins, some fancier
yes.
place settings, and there's actually some artists who fold metal
Wow.
into different constructions.
That would be beautiful. Yeah, I hear in the last few years that origami's really kind of expanded. So on the table we have some colored paper. Now isn't this more traditional colored thin paper?
Yeah, thin paper, yeah.
A lot of colored ones. And when you buy books, oftentimes or kits or at Michael, I'm sorry, we're not supposed to mention store names. So any craft store, you could buy these papers. Is that
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And if you want, it's fairly inexpensive to just get a sheet of wrapping paper
what a
and
good
cut it into
idea.
squares.
What a good idea.
And then you can get, unique designs. You know.
Okay, that's a great idea to save us money. So here we have some paper cut, and these are not rectangles, they are
Squares.
So when you're talking origami, you always start with a
Square piece of paper.
Okay. What happens if you don't have a square piece of paper?
Well, you can make one, or you can, usually out of rectangles, 8.5 by 11, you can make paper planes, and there's some other things you can make out of rectangles.
Oh, so I thought everything had to start with a square.
No.
Okay, what are we going to start with?
Well,
Something simple, please.
something simple. I thought we'd start off with a paper leaf.
Okay.
It's fairly simple to do.
May I make one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay. And first off, start with a square piece of paper, and you fold it in half diagonally from point to point.
Now, is this a common fold in origami? Folding making a triangle out of a square?
Yeah, it is a fairly common fold. Okay. What we're going to do now is called a pleat fold or an accordion fold. It's also how you make a paper fan, if you've ever done that before. And basically, you fold the paper back and forth, kind of making a pleat, or as we'll see later, it kind of folds out like an accordion.
Do you ever use a pencil to mark?
Sometimes.
Where you're going to fold or to measure it?
Yeah. Right now I'm just kind of folding it without measuring it, which is all right for what we're doing.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be too exact. You just keep on folding it back and forth. And once you run out of paper to fold back and forth, you'll be flipping it over. I'll wait for you to catch up here a bit. You'll flip it over and you'll repeat the accordion fold on the other side.
And we're making a...
We're making a paper leaf.
So this is something we could use to decorate tables if we were having a festive dinner or a birthday party or something.
And you could make several, and you could also fold some paper flowers and put them together to make a little scene.
Are you going to teach us how to fold a paper flower?
I'm not sure if we'll do that tonight.
Okay. I'd like to know how to fold a tulip. Oops, got away from me.
Yeah.
Now, technically, can you cut things when you're making origami?
No, cutting paper is actually kind of in a debate of origami.
So the pure form.
There's some purists who don't think, doing anything to the paper is okay. But actually, originally, back in the day, they had no problem with it. And they would
is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you have your piece of paper folded in half, and if you open it up, it kind of
how pretty.
stretches like an accordion.
How
And you're going to be taking that and folding it in half,
Okay.
kind of stretching out the two sides
Oh.
to make it look like a leaf.
And then what keeps it there?
Um,
Since purists don't believe in scissors, do they believe in glue?
what I've done is sometimes I'll use a staple and staple it right there in the center.
Are you a purist then, using staples?
Yeah,
That would be nice, though, to maybe put a tie or something there.
yeah. And something that's kind of nice, if I could see yours for a second here,
Oh.
is you can take two of them,
Uh-huh.
put them together,
Oh.
and make a butterfly.
Oh, how
And what I've
pretty
seen
is
people do is they'll take a bit of yarn
yarn. There
and
you
they'll
go.
tie it together and have the two loops.
Okay, could you
come off
hold
of-
it still? So that would be a butterfly,
Yeah.
but with a, oh, what a fun project for a teacher.
Yep. And if you make it with one sheet a little smaller than the other one,
Oh, so the
They're-
kids could actually, a classroom teacher in the spring, they might want to let their kids color the paper
yeah.
and then fold it, and then the colors would be on there. Oh, I
Yeah.
like that. Very cute.
And what I've done is I've cut pictures out of magazines like
Uh-huh.
National Geographic, and just folded them into butterflies.
Oh, how pretty. May we see what you did over there? You have
Right.
one of these leaves.
I have a leaf that I made just before the show, and a flower that I made, and kind of put them together and make a little scene.
I hope the cameras can get a close-up of that flower. Beautiful. Thanks, Jim. It's beautiful. Was that flower hard to make?
It takes a little bit of time.
That's a little more advanced then.
It's a little more advanced.
Because I was hoping you could show us that tonight. But that's
But,
okay.
Yeah,
I'm just a beginner.
yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with
Yeah.
us. So this is a leaf or a butterfly.
Yep. Just
Okay.
depends on how you look at it.
Okay. And this is this something you'd say is for a beginner?
Yeah, this is a fairly easy thing to make. This, some of you might recognize as a fortune teller from your school days, or a little
Talking puppet.
talking puppet.
What if we made? Can we make one?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Here.
And then you also told me that sometimes they stand them like this and put seasonings in them, didn't
Yeah,
you?
it was originally, I believe, it was created as a salt and pepper dish, and you would
Oh,
put
really?
like salt and pepper in it, and
Maybe
reach
some
in
rosemary or thyme.
yeah,
Or,
some kind of spices.
oh, how fun.
Salt and pepper dish.
Cute, cute. And then maybe the kids took the leftover ones and started doing the
Yeah.
fortune telling.
Fortune
Would you like to
telling
make
and-
that, or is there something else that you?
Well, we can move on to that. Yeah,
Okay.
sounds like a plan. Let's go with a different color. Think this will be right?
All right.
Okay.
May I make one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So one of the main parts of the salt cellar is what's called the Bent's fold, I believe. And it's where you take all of the corners and you fold them into the center.
Oh.
And what we're going to do to find the center line is we're going to fold it in half horizontally. And if you want, you can also fold it in half diagonally to find the center line. But if you fold it in half horizontally, and then open it up and fold it in half horizontally the other way, where the lines cross is going to be the center point.
So we go in. And what's the name of this fold?
This is called a Bent's fold.
Bent's, B-E-N-T-Z?
I think it's B-I-N-T-Z.
Oh.
And it's actually a baking term, I believe.
Oh.
And it's where they would fold the dough into the center to wrapping up whatever they had inside.
Huh. So is this why so many origami pieces always start with the traditional diagonal both ways, and then
Yeah, and this is...
And it's just so you can find the center point?
Yep.
Oh.
There's a lot of folds sometimes that you'll
Okay.
fold and then you unfold and use it as a reference point.
Okay.
And then once you have it like this, you'll flip it over
Okay.
and do the same kind of a thing. You'll fold the four corners into the center.
Our Bent's fold. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet people at home are thinking, I used to do that.
Yep.
But they never thought about doing it to put their seasonings in.
Yeah. It's kind of funny how things change over time.
Yeah. Okay, Ben.
Okay,
All right,
okay.
you
So
went ahead
I'm getting a
of me
little
there.
hold of you, ahead of
Okay.
you. What you do is you fold it in half. What I do is I fold it in half,
In.
and then I unfold it. This is kind of to get a crease into it.
If
And-
somebody's watching this, by the way, and they are not getting all the details, at the end of the show, you will see our address, and you can mail in, and we'll send you a copy of the directions.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I open it up and fold it in half the other way.
Ah, and we're done?
And then you kind of flip it over,
Oh.
open it up, kind of,
Okay, so then there you've got your,
four little flaps, and
Got it.
you open it up. And
boy, that was easier than I actually remembered. But there's your salt and pepper shaker when you hold it like that, or a puppet. It's harder for me to do a puppet.
but it's kind of fun,
Wow.
and you can draw faces on them. And
How cute for a kindergarten teacher, or,
yeah,
you know. Oh, wow. And
pick
add
some kind of
dialogue.
story. Yeah.
Teach first person that way. How old were you when you started doing origami?
I was probably, might have been before elementary school.
Before elementary?
Yeah, my
Wow.
father introduced me to it.
I know you can do some real fancy things. Do you mind, we have a lot of books here. It's not too hard to find books anymore.
Yeah.
And I am a school librarian, and we have a lot of books in our library. Well, they're not
Yeah.
in our library because they're always checked out.
Yeah.
But we do have a lot in our collection.
Yeah. I actually have a book that I got from a library.
Could you show us which book you brought from the library?
Yep. This one here. It's called Brilliant Origami by David Brill, I believe. And it has all sorts of things. It's got, on the front cover, it has a scene of St. George and the Dragon with St. George riding a horse, attacking the
Wow,
dragon.
that is complicated.
It-
Could you do those things?
Theoretically.
Oh,
I can
wow, 'cause that's a
probably
lot
do
of
those
work.
with a little bit of practice.
A knight
and-
on a horse on top of a dragon. That
Yep,
is a
with
lot
a
of
shield
work.
and a spear,
Yeah.
with everything made out of a square piece of paper.
Wow. I have some easier books here, Easy Origami from our library. And then we purchased this book because of you, because you taught the kids in Y Care how to do this, and then they were requesting the book. So I bought this. And this is called Action Origami, but this is your copy.
Yep.
Could we do one of these? This is a book of origami figures that all of those fly or move.
They have
or
some kind of action to
some
them,
kind
yeah.
of action. Okay.
They lock together.
So it's not just a simple paper airplane.
Yeah.
There's a barking dog. Oh, how cute. I didn't remember seeing that. A nodding dog. a crow that moves,
Yeah.
jumping frog. So what would you like to teach us next?
Let's see. How about a simple origami fly?
Okay, let's do a fly.
Let's use the purple paper for this, I think.
Okay.
Do.
If we have a different color under it, it's just because we worry that with the dark tablecloth you might not be able to see. So
Yeah.
okay.
So, like in the first one we did, the
diagonal fold.
diagonal fold. That's what we'll start off with this time. Okay. Then we have a triangle, and we have the 2 points of the triangle that we just made. We're going to fold those up to the center point, like that, and like that.
Oh, this is the tulip, isn't it?
This is actually the paper fly.
Okay.
You could probably make a tulip
I think they make a tulip
from this way, but
okay.
what I'll do next is I'll take these top 2 flaps and fold them down and out a little bit. So it's, you go down to the bottom and then kind of fold it out a little bit more, like that. And this is kind of, it's not a precise fold. It's kind of a guess and check. You fold the other side in a similar fashion. Okay, and you have 2 flaps up at the top here, or the bottom, depending on how you have it oriented. And you're going to take the top flap, fold it down to about the center of the little diagonal piece you have down here.
Is this fly going to fly?
Nope.
Oh.
It's just decorative, but it does look kind of cool. You can make small ones, and
I'm ready.
then you fold this part down
Just like
that.
this.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, what you're going to do next is flip it over.
I hope people can see this at home. That's
Yeah.
sort of how they see these processes. So
Yeah.
flip it over.
And fold the 2 sides in towards the center, but not quite exactly to the center. It doesn't matter if you're, might have gone a little bit farther.
I'm not quite in the middle. Is that okay? Yours is more symmetrical than mine.
You might see how it works out.
I think I'm going to start just watching because mine's not working that well.
Okay, and then you fold the top part down here like this. You flip it over. You fold the 2 little corners here up into eyes. Kind of shape it a little bit maybe.
Oh, is that it?
And
Oh, he does look like a fly. I see that.
you've got a paper fly.
There he is, yeah. How about that?
Yeah.
Can he stand up?
Yeah.
But he doesn't fly.
No, it doesn't fly. One of the things that's kind of fun to do is just to take a bunch of these and tape them to, like the ceiling or something, or the wall. Or
That's what you do for fun? You make origami flies and tape them to the ceiling?
whatever.
Okay. You just gave some kids a great idea. But then you do it in probably black, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea for it.
Yeah. Now, how come origami paper is so, usually it's not
Yeah, it's
one color. It's usually, why is it always so fancy?
it gives you, origami paper that's multicolored gives you another kind of thing to work with. You can work with, one side is white or some other color and the other side is colored. And you can do different effects. You can do multicolored birds, all sorts of fun stuff.
Okay. So, would you want to try something with one of these colors? I'd love to see your paper crane, but if
I'll see if I can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna try and keep up with you.
Okay.
So we're making a paper crane.
Okay.
Oh, that fly, I'm gonna set that fly like that. It's too bad he's not black.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll put him with our little salt and pepper shaker.
Okay. What you're going to do to start off with is fold it in half diagonally
Okay.
again.
So to make the crane, you make a diagonal fold.
Yep. And then you open it up. This is a little bit more challenging, by the way,
Okay.
just to let you know.
But
And then
it's
you're going to
thinner
fold it in
paper.
half the other way.
Got it?
Then you're going to open it up, turn it over, and fold it in half horizontally.
Okay.
Horizontally, yep.
They call that a hamburger fold, I think.
And then open it up and fold it in half again.
Okay, same direction.
Yep.
So the diagonals went the other direction, and then we turn it over, and the horizontals go this way.
Yep.
Okay.
This is kind of a tricky part. It kind of stands up, and what you can do is you push down in the center, and it pops up.
So you want that? I want that to happen,
Yeah.
like
Well-
that. Okay.
Well, you want to set it so that it ends up being a square.
You know what? You see why this origami paper is thin? Because we couldn't have done that with that other paper, I don't
Yeah.
think. But we want a square,
Oh, yeah.
right? Is that what you
So
said?
what you do is you set
Okay.
it up again, push it down, and it'll pop up.
Well, yeah, but where's the square?
And then you bring the corners in, kind of the
bring
way it's already
corners
going,
in.
and it'll turn it into a square.
There's my square, like this.
Yep.
Okay. I used to know how to do these, so my memory should be coming back. Got it.
Okay, you have
So it's a
one
square.
side
We've
of
got
the square
4 minutes to finish this, Ben.
that's open. You have one side that's folded. You're going to take the folded side on the bottom,
Okay.
and you're going to fold one of the edges of the square into the center.
On the folded side.
Yep, on the folded side, or on the open side actually.
The open side?
On the open
I thought you
side.
said the folded side.
On the open side.
So I want to keep the open here, right?
Yeah, and the folded side
To
at
the top? Okay.
What you should end up with is a piece that kind of looks like a kite.
Right, okay. Boy, it's so much nicer with this paper than
Yeah.
what we were using.
And you'll flip it over,
Okay.
repeat it on the other side,
Okay.
so that it ends up looking like a kite. And then what you'll do is you'll take the top triangle, fold it down,
My top triangle won't fold down because I had the...
well, you take the whole, both
the whole
layers-
thing?
the whole layers,
Oh,
all of it,
oh,
and
okay.
fold it down
Okay.
both ways. And that's kind of a pre-fold that'll allow,
Okay.
you kind of open it up again,
Okay.
all the way back to a square like this.
Okay, you just keep going. Go ahead and
Then
camera
you
one's on you. Just go
open
ahead.
up, reach in, open it up, and lift it out like that. And that's kind of a tricky part that a lot of people have problems with. So I'll actually do it on the other side. It ends up like that, kind of a diamond shape. Turn it over, reach up into it, lift it up, kind of fold it along the edges of the lines so you've already folded. So it ends up like that, and it looks kind of like a diamond shape. Then what you'll do is you'll reach into the side, lift it out, kind of bring out
You're there
the edge
almost. Okay.
to make kind of a, this is going to be either the tail or the neck of the bird
head.
here.
Uh-huh.
These two flaps are going to end up being the wings.
Okay.
And you'll open up the other side
Wow.
and do it the same way.
Okay.
And what you can do is you open up one of these flaps here, and fold it down a little bit to make it into a little beak. And you fold down the wings,
Wow.
and you
Good
fold the
close-up.
other wing down.
Good camera work there. We're down to 1 minute. You're going to finish that in the nick of time. Do you know
And then
Okay.
you open up the wings a little bit. It's one of the secrets. And
Oh,
you
makes
have-
it. Oh, yes.
You can pull on the tail and it flaps its wings.
Oh, look at he moves. Could you set him down? And you know what? The credits are going to start rolling pretty soon because we're almost done.
Yeah.
But could you just even though you don't need to talk, just go ahead and finish that one.
Okay.
So that maybe
You get a
people
second chance
yeah,
to see
so
what it
people have a
is.
second chance. I love that guy. Put him over here. Excuse me. Well, we want to thank you so much for joining us, Ben.
Yeah, I had a really fun time tonight.
Oh, great.
Thank you for inviting me.
I think the cameras are going to close with you showing that crane again. So people that missed it the first time, and I want to remind you that you always have permission to tape any of our shows. So if that makes it easier for you following some of these directions, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I hope I didn't go too fast for
Well,
you.
that's all right. And then also our address, you will find it at the end of this program, and you can feel free to write, and we will send you some directions. I want to thank Tom Dubuque for directing this show, and Jim Elder for running camera, and Bruce Tenney for running camera 3. Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Feeney. And tune in again to the Just Kidding Around show. And thank you, Ben.
Yeah, thank you.
Will you come back again sometime?
Sure.
Great. Are you going to fold 1,000 of those?
Maybe someday.
Some people do.